Video about the ballad of Toilet Tom. But first, we'll get to you. You are a new employee and you're super excited because you got this amazing new job. Things are going well. You're having a good hair day. You're smiling. You are super productive. You're hustling. Your feet are going like 100 miles an hour. You are making the company thousands of dollars and life is good. And all that money that you're making for the company is going straight to the top of the house, like all companies, right? And so we're gonna draw a company here. And I know this is pretty amazing art, but this is a building, right? And in this big company building, you have not the snowman. This is a fat cat, and they're almost never happy, right? We'll give them a little tie. And we get a little lady here too, and she doesn't have a good hair day today. She's unhappy too, right? And the fat cats, I mean, they're getting, a good portion of your money, right? 100 two, $300 a piece, right? And so they're all up here having a good time. You're down there hustling, and uh, then it trickles down a little bit more. And then you've got usually make him a box, right? This is the check the box person. And they have to be part of any major corporation. And then it flows down to your middle managers. Life sucks for these guys. I know. I was one for a long time. Go away, Siri. Siri wants to be a middle manager too, right? And then it flows down to your level, right? And they're all taking, little piece of the pie. And you're like, man, there's still a lot of pie to go around. But how come I'm getting such a small piece? If I'm making the company thousands of dollars, why am I only getting like $10 an hour, or whatever the case is? I'm just using this as easy number examples. Because of our friends like Toilet Tom here. Now, Toilet Tom has realized that no matter how much he works, he is always going to make the same amount of pay. So he just hides out in the office restroom all day playing on his phone. But you know what? He gets paid the same as you do, right? And then over here we've got negative Nancy. She is always negative. She gets the same pay as you do, right? And then you got Sleepy Sammy. He's a work from home person. He sleeps most of the day, but he still gets paid the same as you do. What? How does that work? Because these people are salary, salary, as long as they hold on to their job, right? These people are hourly, right? So it's kind of crazy that you're over here hustling your tail off. You're doing more and more work trying to get up to this next promotion here, right? But honestly, this dude's been here for like 30 years. Oh, that was my role for so many years. And I'm looking at all these people, and I'm not a check the box person. I'm definitely not a fat cat. And I don't want to work 30 years at a job to be able to make a livable wage, right? So here at Entons, we decided to change it up a little bit. So we're going to switch over to green now because, well, let's go to red for just a minute. Because what'll happen is, if you haven't experienced this already, after maybe 5, 10, 15, and God forbid 20 years, you are going to be the one with the, bad hair day, burned out, just tired because you're hustling all these years and you're supporting the Toilet Toms of the world and the Negative Nancy's and the Sleepy Sammys, right? And you're supporting these people through all of your hard work and effort because they're not really producing anything. They are just in their roles because that's their role, right? They either been with the company for a long time, they check the box, or they're upper management. And there's really not a lot of opportunity to get there. So let's go take a look, and we're going to put it in green how we're trying to make changes. So because I worked for these people, I realized we really need them, right? In fact, we don't need a big corporate office either. And we're not a government. or large corporations, so we don't need to check any boxes. And you know what? We don't need people to be here for 30 years before they start doing really well. And then the toilet toms that we love so much, we don't need them either, right? And we don't want any negativity. And the Sleepy Sams, you know what, dude? Get yourself some caffeine, right? And so we are eliminating all those things, and we're really putting our focus on you, or maybe you're a guy, right? Guy, gal, you got a cool hat, smiling, right? And wait a minute, with all that extra savings, we don't need to charge the customers thousands of dollars. Let's say we charge them $100, right? And that $100 comes over, and rather than you making $10, now you're making 80. Now you got a really good hair day, right? Yeah. Oh, we forgot the dress. There we go. And you know what? Where does that extra 20 go? Well, you know what? It's going to come over here to your teammates that are cheering you along and working with you. You're not working for them, and they're not working for you. You guys are a true team, and you are rocking it. And life is good, right? And you are paid only on productivity. So if you're productive and your team members are productive and lifting you up, they're all getting lifted up. So what happens is you have an even better hair day, and you can start bringing on with that other. So 10 is going to these teammates here, and then 10 is going to go to build you, and you're going to train up that next. Man, how do you love my stick figures here? These are amazing. You're going to train up the next group of people and give them a shot at what you're doing, right? And train them how to be a team. So that's the goal, right? We don't need to be here for 30 years. Yuck, right? We don't want fat cats that have never done our jobs telling us to what to do. Yuck, right? We want other people who have been there and done that to show us how to do it, why to do it, and share our success stories that when you're successful, they're successful. And when all of you are successful, these guys are successful because you're training up that next group, right? And off of their hustle, they're going to make 80%. You're going to get a 10%, and then 10% to their group, right? So that way we work as teams. So any of you have ever played sports, kind of know what I'm talking about, right? Any of you have played sports, probably like, who are these other players on the field? These players aren't supposed to be here. These guys would get cut from the team, right? We don't want them, but you're paying for them. Anytime you take an hourly or salary job working for a big corporation, you're paying for them. Think about your last 5 jobs. Think of all these fat cats and check the box people. I know, I was there. I was a corporate middle manager at B of A. It was nuts. How many, except we had layers and layers and layers of these people above me. And I'm hustling here with my team, and I have to pay the toilet Toms and the negative Nancy's and the sleepy Sams as much as I was paying you because, well, it's not fair if we pay them different in a corporate setting. But that's why we shed corporate. We're saving our customers tons of money. We can operate at way less of a cost. And then we're only paying those of you who are productive. Because you know what? You deserve to be rewarded and rewarded well. You ever notice that if you're in corporate America, you're probably making 30, 50, 80 grand a year in this scenario, right? But here, you start off 80, 150,000 dollars. Literally, we had a lady who was a waitress. She came on, did the same role you're doing, didn't have to be part of this corporate jive stuff. She came over here to the happy A- Andtons type many years ago, and she was making 20 grand a month because we had no fat cats to eat up all the gobble up all the profits, right? No big office buildings, huge expenses, or fancy luncheons or anything like that. All that money flows to you and the customer and your team. So it's a win-win-win situation. If you have any other questions on why we pay for performance, there it is. If you're thinking pay for performance, does that make sense? Just think of the ballad of Toilet Tom, because he is the hero of our story. Because you need the Toilet Toms of the world to realize that that guy hiding out in the bathroom playing on his phone for 2, 3, 5 hours a day, getting paid the same as you, motivates you to not go down this road, but to transition over to where your performance is recognized and heavily rewarded. So, hopefully, this clears things up a little bit. If you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, let me know. Always just a phone call, text message, or email away. Have a great one.